Hello and welcome. Name's Derek and I sell physical media on eBay. And I make videos about that. This is a what's sold video. That one picked up. Stop. Couple things to address first. So this CD was returned because the listing shows that there's a crack on the case, right? And the guy who bought it, I was like, "You didn't disclose that was cracked." And there's a crack in the shows in a picture, right? That it's cracked. Returns it like that. So I don't know what he did, but I'm gonna best guess when I wrote that you're going to get 50% refund for a false claim, stating what was it that he stated that it was damaged in transit, but what he wrote to me was that it was I didn't describe it accurately. So when I wrote, I was like, well, you're going to get a partial refund for sending back something and using a claim to return something under a false claim. I want my cats in. Say hi, Bruce. Why aren't you saying hi? Okay. Got me. It's like 35 out, so I left them outside. Anyhow, that guy got refunded 50%. Not only that, because he returned something in much damaged condition than of what it was sold in. I mean, I could still sell this for probably the same price. Just somebody else would get it and not have the same type of problem. The other thing, as I wake up to this tablet will probably take a long time to load all this up. So I got a negative. So this had writing all over the case and the disc. Didn't bother to knock off. Okay, so if we go to this listing, as it wants to take a while for it to load up. So it was listed at $35. He got it for $29 because he came in with an offer with a little note in the offer. Said it has more wear, or whichever. If I remember this one exactly right. If you look at this picture, you can probably barely see it. But if you look at this picture, right, there's a little bit of name right there on that case. And I'm not saying, oh, no, there's a little bit of writing right here. And a little bit of writing right there. So if you could see what the defect is in a picture, and even if you don't write it, you're protected. Because the picture is worth as many, if not more, words. So I didn't have to write in there, which I did not, that because you could see. Why would I have to write something that you could see? That's not only the first picture at that. So I went to, you could see this. Yeah, you can with this. So looky here, negative feedback. And I hit page 2. Where's the other 23? They're hidden. Hidden. Where's all 25 of those? Hidden. Hidden. All 25 of those. Hidden. All 25 of those are hidden. 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 I think you're getting the point. Oh, here we go. Oh, but another negative. But another negative. Nope, that's just not flying with me. So I put the request in, and the other point of this is to see if by the time, so I put that one in there that it violates eBay policy for listing condition policy, that the pictures do show the writing that they state, and therefore Not every time if you put your request in through eBay help contact and then you go down, request to have feedback removed, not every time will their automated system see that and realize that. You may have to get on with like Facebook or something and someone will see that. Sometimes you may even have to get on the phone with someone and be like, that violates the policy that, or violates the top rated seller protection, I should say. Something along those lines. So already, I do have a message. How do we do? So by the time I'm done with the video, we're going to see on how that turned out, right? Because they're always going to send this one first. Because as a matter of fact, I had another feedback removed. Oh, here we go. Your feedback for the person who bought those insoles. Where's it at? And we reviewed it, and it doesn't follow our policy. So that was a negative feedback I got like a couple days ago. And that one had things that that one was something about the size doesn't match up of what they are, but they were sealed, right? And it was the size of what they were, what they actually are not what the package showed. But on the package of those, there's like the little bottom part of the heel of the sole that you could see, and it showed the size that corresponded with. And I tried messaging, and I messaged the buyer over and over again. I was like, it shows the size on the insole, and it matches up with that. It shows on the actual package that it can accommodate for a size 8.5 of what he needed or something. So that's completely false. So eBay looked at that, and that one I did not have to contact eBay except for through the help, the little help remove. This violates eBay's policy because what he's stating that the size is not the size of what it is, but it actually is, because it does show in the picture, and everything in the listing is accurate, is correct. And maybe an hour later they removed it. It goes back to what a couple of you have commented on the post or even on the video a couple of days ago. It's like, why are people just filled with hate like that? I mean, you could just as easily contact someone, but the person about this DVD already got it. It was listed for $35 and they got it for $29. You got a discount on it. And if I remember that one correctly, it's like, can I get a little less because of the wear, or however they wrote it? And I'm like, sure. Not expecting that. And that would probably be one of those. I just blocked someone else who came in for something for one of the Odyssey adventure things. Came in at like 25% below of what it was at, or what it's still listed at. And then, that's a little lower. I'm not too pressed about it, but let's see on how honest this person is trying to buy a Christian religious-based something. I go to their feedback, and they've been around for like 15 years, and it's all the feedback that they left for other buyers is private. Only one kind of person makes their feedback private like that. Nope. So if I would have done that for that one, but the guy left a message, hey, can I get a little less because of that little bit of wear? Sure. They left a message. Most of the time when people don't leave almost all the time when people don't leave a message and it's much lower, that's when I look at their feedback. If they come in with some sort of stupid message or something just doesn't feel right about that user or whatever, I will look and I'll see, have they. So in short time, let's see if that gets removed. If not, then that's just something else that I have to do for today, which isn't much of a problem. All right. So it wasn't really, it's 8 sales, 224. Going to be way less than that because they're shipping and international. It's actually 156 product costs received for another day. So after the shipping goes out for all of this, it's maybe $100. It's still stuff going out and so on and so forth. But there is a really good CD that I just listed that did sell. And it went international. So let's start off with the ones right here that I do need to get. C28. This is right here. I was just saying in my live last night when I was putting stuff away, on why I put all my inventory on the bottom, my new inventory on the bottom. Because I remember that this is one that I just, I've recently got, so it's going to be on the bottom. I look down here on the bottom part of this box, and there it is. Saved me more time than that. 0. Evolution. Is that evolution? Yeah, the evolution. 14. All right, C32. Kind of go off with why people are angry, or even I want to say, one of my viewers, Something Emporium, commented on that post that they believe it's the same YouTube person going around to other reseller channels and writing pretty much the same type, attempting to be disparaging. I was like, I mean, if you're the one making the comments while the other person, and I even wrote, I was like, yeah, and you're up there clapping for me in the nosebleeds. Thanks. The metaphor for that is, yeah, you're the lowlife up there who's rooting me on by giving. The video does not have any negative likes on it, right? So he may have even left a positive or a thumbs up, but you left a comment, 2 comments actually. So, and then I wrote something like, my year. I was like, dude, if you would have scrolled up my other posts, only a few other posts down, you would have seen that there was a screenshot from a month ago where I had my 1,000th sale over 90 days, and it was 33,000 some change for 90-day total. And right now, whatever it is now, 31,000 maybe. I mean, of course, it went down. Maybe it's around that time frame where that $2,000 book sale. Maybe it's that time around there. But when that does hit, yeah, when that one does fall off, it's gonna be a good little chunk. But it's still 30,000 times 4. I can do simple math. And it's scaling up. I go over a lot of that in that live. The live from last night is not public yet. It's still processing. But just kind of go with that entire comment line. I'm saying that, I mean, you're the one going on to other pages. I mean, not financially supporting someone, but kind of helping out their channel. And then anyone else who sees that comment, who most likely follows the channel or is familiar with what I do or familiar with reselling, but primarily me, will look at that, and then maybe that'll get more of a comment chain, and then it'll pick up, and then who knows, maybe some much bigger 100,000 subscriber or something channel will see it, be like, see, even those, small channels get the same type of hate. Go over there and go support Derek and his channel. Next thing you know, I've got 5,000 subs. The little chaos theory. Not quite entropy, but chaos theory. What that one person did, I don't think they realized that could have a positive cascading effect on me to where I'd make more money and they'd still be clapping for me in the nosebleeds. Who do you think you are? Dreaming about being a big star? Go watch my channel and you can start from there. But don't be negative on my channel. I don't care. I'm not going to delete the comment. It's funny. Reminds me of the love people have for me. I hate you so much, I'm going to comment that I hate you. Thanks. Power and glory. The power and glory. Speaking of the power and glory, right? Power and glory of love. What love can do. What being nice can do. Not being mean and disparaging. There's times when people do definitely deserve to be mean to and be greatly disparaged, and in some cases even completely ostracized. But that is not what this channel is about. So this power and love, glory, football. These used to sell for a little more. There's still not a lot of them out there. But this is 24. And if you're new here, I round up or round down. So that was 23.53. That's what it looks like. No, it's 23.43, so $23. Number 3, Charo. Or Charo. 36. Always got to be the bucks on the bottom. So this one I've had for a little while, so I'm just going to take a gander up here. I remember having it for a little while, I should say. A little while enough. I knew that it wouldn't be down on the bottom. Charo. $11. This was actually quite a few bread and butter $10, $11, $12 ones. However, they add up, right? So $11 sale. I'm not going to keep going over, but it's still like $4. Pretty much. I mean, if I paid $4, I wouldn't. But if I paid, it was probably one of those. I scanned. I'm like, yeah, it's got enough. It may have been $1. I'm like, it's got enough in it to where if it sells, it'll be 10, 11. I'll still make a couple bucks. But I'm already there with a stack of stuff on my hands, and I'm scanning. I'm like, oh, it's like a $10, $11 CD. I'm going to pay 50 cents or $1. I've already had my time right there vested in it. Yep. Is it clean? Interesting kind of fuchsia color. Yeah, it has a real minor hairline. Real minor. So if it has that real minor, and if it's like that, I'm not going to resurface it. It's just going to be listed as very good minor hairline scratch. And to go on with that, you can look at all the other feedback that I have that's described accurately. It doesn't matter. It's thousands and thousands of feedback. But one person who constantly leaves negative and neutral feedback and has a bunch of theirs blocked or set to private, and eBay sees it, like, well, you're not the problem. That buyer is the problem. That definitely helps, someone's case. That's when, if they don't take that feedback down automatically, that's where you get on the phone with them. And they're like, well, not only that, but there's that, but there's that, but there's that, but there's also, it seems that I was writing on 100% feedback based on the quality of my not only service, but the product itself, and mainly that it's described accurately. But one person leaves a negative feedback based on something that it was shown accurately. eBay's catching on a little. I mean, it took them 30 years to do it. The Riders of the Purple Sage. This one I don't remember. All right. New Riders. $11. So again, that's another one of those. Could have been 20 cents, could have been 25, could have been 50 cents, $1. Regardless, it was in my hand. It came up that it could stand a chance to sell for over 10 for what I'm paying. I mean, if it was a $2, if I paid $2.50 for it, no, I probably wouldn't have paid $2.50 for something that was likely sell for 10, especially something that would take this long. You have to know those kind of metrics, those executive decisions as you're outsourcing. But I mean, if you buy 500 CDs for $50, and you're like, oh, that one could sell for 10, $11, yeah, then that's a different story because you paid 10 cents. We got Peggy Lee coming up next. Sounds like I'm a DJ. And stay tuned, because after this announcement from Clearwater Channel, we're going to have Peggy Lee with Wounded Bird. Peggy Lee. So I have two of these. Indeed. One, again, $11, $10.74. Same principle. Wow. So if you mix Britney Spears and Candace Cameron, that's what you get. Holy wow. All right. So one of those, $11. C30. Oh, okay. Interesting enough. That one's in here. Good. So this one there was a sourcing video a handful of days ago. Just got this one. I scanned up. It came up like $100. And on scan, they do sell for $40 to $70. I looked in Terapeak, and one has sold for like pretty high, like almost $100. Another one like 80. Another one like 70. The rest fall right in the 60s range. There is, or maybe not anymore, another one that was listed from Zuber. That one that'll go in and list everything about half of what all the other listings are, half price. I love those people. I love those sellers. Like, dude, your store is massive and you sell so much. Why would you do that? Oh, because you're cross-posting. Because it's $45 on Amazon, so you cross-post, and then the prices all stay what it was on the other one. Oh, but you have to cross-list, man. You're making out so much more money because no, you're screwing all kinds of other sales as well when you cross-post. Period. Prove me wrong. Oh, well, it was on here. Now it's cross-posted over here, but the price over on this platform is 80% lower than of what it was on the actual platform where most people buy that specific thing. But I'm going to cross-post, and so now it's one that does sell, and it's not going to kill the market. But well, you make more money when you cross-post. Well, actually, no. In a lot of instances, you're losing money. The idea of cross-listing, cross-posting is grand. It's not as grandiose as what is expelled. Like, yeah, so no, it's not. Look. All right, enough of that. So this listed, was it yesterday or the day before? Either way, just listed $75. Just got 2 discs. And then the other ones, they're still in the car. The other ones is a 2 set, like 1980 and 81 and 82 and 83. And each one has 2 discs. And those combined, I might be able to get like $30 for. But this one, look at there. Time Life. Don't be sitting on time. Actually, do not sit. Buy Time Life stuff. Look it up. Buy Time Life stuff. People are like, oh, it's just a magazine. Yeah. It's another one of those. Like Reader's Digest stuff is fewer and far between for that kind. But $75. And is it drum roll time? No. One more. Well, 2 more actually. The other one I'm just gonna show you the picture from the tablet. No, just a little bit dangerous. Got what it takes to make it work. The eyes of a lover. Oh. All right. $10. This World of Warcraft expansion set. $10. And then I didn't think it was going to sell. I got a bid the other day. So that is that whole classical chunk. So these ones on top are the newer long box ones. I sold like 3. So I got my money back out of all of them, and they were just kind of a little more. It's not going to be any less, but it was another envelope and stuff. And the remaining ones, there was one that could have sold for like $25. The other ones I had in a lot of, there were 6 of them, and it was listed for like $50. And it didn't really get many views over the time that I've had those, which is well over a year. So this is 99. I think there's actually 101 individual discs. All right, so let me do the refresh. So it looks like it is not off. So it says, we reviewed the feedback. Of course, this is automated, that the buyer found an issue with the item that was not described in the listing. Yeah, well, it was in the listing. The picture. Oh, I have another sale that came in during that time. And then we go in that I can, all my other buyers, and then this buyer, almost all of the feedback that they leave is negative, and so on and so forth. So Michael Jackson. This one should be up here a little bit. So, yay, I get to go on Facebook or on the phone and burn more of my business time dealing with someone whose job it has been for the past 10 years to leave negative and neutral feedbacks for people. And is eBay going to pay me for that? Nope. eBay is the one who's allowing that person to still be on the site. So they need to be held accountable. Will that happen? Nope. Michael Jackson. Off the Wall. 15. So this already seems like it's it's a half-hour video. All right, I'll try to chop some either way. Like what you heard, like what you saw, like what you learned. The time life, we'll go with the time life thing here. Since the feedback thing didn't resolve in my favor while I was here, I would have gone over with that. But, these time life, not all of them, along with everything, not all of them, right? But if you take the time, and that one, it was actually a surprise that it was that. When that one sale, after everything I'm going to make from that one sale paid for everything I got at the flea market where I got that. So that's 60 other things that are all profit from here on out, which 2 others have already sold. Well, anyhow, send me thinking going up, comment down below, subscribe, share. Those are all free. They help me. So we can all be positive and help other people learn on, how to make a few extra bucks. Appreciate it. Thank you.